can do it, son. Just have to let go.
I'll try it.
Look inside yourself. It's there you'll find the power you need.
Yes. Yes!
Laura?
Yeah.
I found the Daft Punk soundboard online.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Yeah?
Nice.
Oh my god.
Eh?
Yeah,
Perfect.
nice.
Love it.
That actually sounds like a song.
I can use them for so many things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's start the show. Okay, what number are we at? I always forget.
18.
I usually have Evan. 18?
18.
18, we're legal now.
Yeah, we are. Wait.
Yes, we're legal. Hold on. I need the sound
Still
effect
can't
for
drink
that.
though, so don't
Legal
drink.
for
Paul.
what, though?
But I'm drinking wine.
There we go.
Bum-ba-da-bum-bum.
We're legal in most states, I guess, Laura.
Okay, I guess.
So, Bitcast 18. I'm Paul, editor-in-chief. Normally I have Evan go second, but Evan is sick. I guess he's got the flu or something. I don't know.
Do you have a
He just said he
soundboard
was
for that?
for Evan being sick, yeah. Here. Evan is pretty sick, as you
Man,
can,
he
as you can
sounds
hear.
terrible.
And then, Laura,
Hi, I'm Laura. I'm also.
How are you-
I'm good.
how are you
ready.
feeling? You're not getting sick?
I'm not. I'm not feeling sick at all. I mean,
You get a,
I'm a little
you always
hungry.
get a sound effect as well.
Hello everyone. I'm back.
There you go. That's actually two sound effects that I have to time at the right time.
Love it.
Alright, this is the exciting part. Alright, we have two guests. Donovan, you're up first. Who are you?
Hey folks, I'm Donovan. I'm a writer here at Bit Cultures. I've been helping out since the start of the site, and I'm here for once. Hello.
Yeah, you came at the last minute. I asked if you were available because Evan was sick, and I kind of wanted a fourth person in here to talk about
Yeah.
all the anime stuff that we were going to talk about.
My
So
day
thank you.
has come.
Thank you. Yes, thank you for joining. And then somebody who's been doing a lot of work for the site and helping
Yes.
me out a lot is Melissa. Hi, Melissa.
Hi.
Why don't you tell everybody what you do?
I started out as a writer, then I took over doing some of the Twitter stuff for Bit Cultures, and I also create the Bitcast images for the features.
Mhm.
They're always the
those-
best.
Which we appreciate very, very much.
They're actually a lot of fun to do.
Yes. So anytime you see any of those ridiculous looking pictures on our podcast,
You mean
that's all
amazing?
Melissa. And if you see our Twitter retweet or anything, it's probably more than likely Melissa. So
Yeah.
thank you, Melissa. I need to find the sound effect for Melissa. There you go, Melissa. Thank you so much.
Yay for Link!
You just get a soundbite of Elvis Presley going, "Oh, thank you very much," just to have on that.
God, I don't take requests. So I'll just do this instead. That's the closest that I have to that. So don't put me on the spot ever again, Donovan. It's what I have is what I have.
Hey, I'm not saying today. I'm not saying today.
So thank you guys for joining. It's my personal goal to have everybody from the website in here at some point.
It'd be awesome.
And I think we're almost there. We're more than halfway, I think so.
Perfect.
Making progress. So let's start with the top 10. Donovan or Melissa, who was it that came up with this top 10 from last week?
I am honestly trying to think. I think it was a mix of everybody at once.
Yeah, I think it was something that we all came up with in the top 10 chat that just sort of came.
Time to go to Facebook.
What's the top 10 called?
It is the top 10 anime-inspired games.
So I'm confused because I thought when you guys did this on the chat that it was going to be video games based on animes.
No,
right?
I think that it might have gotten lost in communication, but
Yeah.
the initial idea was to have something that was based on games that were very anime-esque, very anime-inspired, but not specifically ones that were adapted from anime. Because you can find all of those anywhere, and that's something we could potentially use for another top 10 in the future. But there's a lot of games that take a lot of anime tropes and archetypes that people either know about but think are just based on anime, or they just don't know about. So something like this we thought would be fun to do.
I mean, the reason I have you guys on here in the first place is because I don't know anything about anime. I used to watch Dragon Ball Z, but not even the whole thing. Like, at one point in my life when I was coming home from school, I used to just kind of watch, I think it was like the Majin Buu saga, where they were fighting him.
Yes.
That's like the last
So-
saga.
Yeah, so I watched that, like, all those fights, where then he turned into Kid Buu and the other Buu, I forgot. That's really all I've seen from Dragon Ball. And then, not really much else after that. I did watch Attack on Titan 2 years ago.
Nice.
That was cool. Like, somebody told me about it.
Yeah, there's a game that just came out based on it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later, because I think it's one of the newest releases from next week.
Yeah, I think it
But, yeah, Attack on Titan, somebody told me about it. I got home, I said, I'll try the first episode. I watched it, and then it's like, next thing you know, it's 4 a.m. and I'm on episode 13. Like, I watched almost the whole thing, or half of the whole thing in one night. So, I love that. And I don't know why I don't watch a lot of anime, honestly. It seems like I would enjoy it. It just doesn't really happen for some reason.
Yeah, sometimes it just doesn't get on your radar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not also as easily accessible as like regular television or Netflix even, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I was just saying, like, they're starting to put a little bit more on there, I've noticed. I think they actually have a couple of, like, quote-unquote, what is it, original ones that are on there?
Yeah, that would be Knights of Sidonia, Aijin, Seven Deadly Sins. That's great, by the way. You guys should really
that one
watch
good?
that sometime.
Okay. That's on my list. It's on my list in Netflix.
the only reason I don't watch it off of Netflix is because I think I tried to watch one and I only watch anime in the Japanese. I'm just
Yeah.
like that. I didn't do it growing up, but now I just sort of have to. It's in my mindset. So
Yeah, I have the same thing, and it
so-
just sounds better.
on Netflix, the subtitles for it are so off.
Oh, Lord.
Like, I was watching one where they spoke in English and the subtitle was wrong for the English.
Oh my god,
How do
that's
you
awesome.
do that?
It was
amazing.
I was so baffled by it, and I even sent them like a little notice, like, can you fix this? Because I really want to watch it, but that killed it for me.
Yeah, no, for me, I'm a bit more accepting of those because I used to run an anime club at my university for a long time, and some shows just works more solidly in the dub than in the sub. Not that the sub is ever bad, but sometimes it just has a bit more of oomph to it, like with the series Baccano, which takes place in 1930s New York. It sounds a bit better to hear them with actual New York accents than just standard Japanese voice acting.
That makes
Yeah.
sense considering the setting and everything.
Already I have no idea what you guys are talking about. Like,
I
I'm
know,
already
right?
lost.
It's like, yeah,
Like,
I get it.
completely lost on it. Like, and the thing is, all my friends watch anime. A lot of the friends that I have who started Bit Cultures with us, like Eric and Mike and Grant, even Kelsey, like, they all watch anime, like, on the regular. But for some reason, I just never it never happened for me, right? But every time I've seen an anime fight scene, it's like the best thing I've ever seen. So I don't know why I don't watch it. Same thing with wrestling. I don't know why I don't watch it, because
I
when I
love
do
wrestling.
watch it, it's the best thing that I've ever seen.
That's
It's so
me with
good.
wrestling too, and Sean, who also worked on the top 10 with us, is really into wrestling. So I've been hearing a lot through them, and
I watch
I
wrestling.
just really
too.
want to get into it, but
I
just
haven't been
haven't.
watching it. I haven't been watching it lately. Ever since
Same.
the brand split really made me salty, and like I just
I'm
didn't want
fine
to
with
watch
it. I think they're doing a lot better stuff with it because I watched
Yeah.
the last pay-per-view and it was awesome. But
that's what I've heard, and I
at
want
the
to get
same
back into
time,
it.
it's just like you sort of like burned me a lot before then, and this brand split hasn't been great because
Yeah.
you're basically going back to
Yes.
how it was before.
Yeah, and I'm really sad about Finn Balor, by the way. Like,
Oh yeah,
How-
that made
Ugh.
SummerSlam trend for like a week.
yeah. And also, okay, he
Everyone-
kind of looks like... He kind of looks
yes,
like
that's
Rob
what you're
Stark to
talking
me
about
for
for
some
you.
reason. Like, he looks like a Game of Thrones character, and I don't know why. I think it's the accent. Like,
The accent
his-
throws me off because I do not expect that out of his
I know,
voice.
right? But it's so
But-
wonderful.
No idea what you guys are talking about, so I gotta stop it.
Yeah,
Like, this is, I don't think it's
Paul,
about anime.
Paul, I honestly can say I now know how you feel.
Yes. Like, no idea what that was about. I
Sorry,
don't think it's
nerded
about
out.
anime.
I
But,
mean,
I'm just like, yes, that's whatever you're talking about for you.
sure.
See, this is why we have like 3-hour shows sometimes.
I know, we just go off in tangents.
Like, you guys listening to this are so lucky you get to listen to something for 3 hours long. Most podcasts are like an hour and 20 minutes, like on the spot. Every single episode, like we can be on for 4 hours one day. You never know.
I know.
If we talk about Disney at any point, then you guys will be confused about
Wait
what I'm
for
talking about.
Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I do want to do the top 10
Yes.
Disney games next month. No, I am going to do the top 10 Disney games.
That's going to be a
next month.
lot of fun.
I've made it official that I'm doing that next month.
Nice.
But let's start with the top 10, or we're never gonna get out of here if we don't. So, top 10. Donovan, one more time. What was it?
The top 10 anime-inspired games.
And I have a sound effect for number 10. Okay, what's number 10?
Devil May Cry.
Okay, so this is why I was confused, because as soon as after you guys had the chat, and then after that I saw the list, and then I'm like, I know Devil May Cry. It was not an anime first. That's when I was confused that it was going to be video games based on animes, previous animes.
Yeah,
So-
sorry about that.
No, it's alright. So what is up with this? Actually, can I play a clip from Devil May Cry? I don't have a lot of clips, by the way. I have 2, because I couldn't find anything. Like, I played 10, and I played 9. That's it. Everything else, I had no idea what to find. It was just like, it was all anime opening Japanese singing. So there was nothing that I could play. Like, what am I supposed to do?
What, you don't want them to experience the joy that is J-pop/rock?
Oh my god.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Like, I was so confused about anime. I just went and got like anime sound effects like this one.
That's from
Like, I know
Overwatch.
that.
That's Overwatch.
I know. Okay, so no, the actual video clip that I have from number 10, Devil May Cry, is like a really emotional moment at the end of the game. Here.
I should have saved you.
Oh, God.
I should have been the one to fill your dark soul with light.
Yeah, so that was pretty awful.
There has never been a more beautiful bit of voice acting than Zero in Mega Man X4 compared to this.
Laura, did you hear that? Did you hear Dante's like voice crack when he was like screaming at the end there?
What am I
so
fighting
excited.
for?
I should have been the one to fill your dark soul with light.
Sorry, but that's just hilarious to me.
I
Go ahead,
love
Dominic.
I love that because it feels like the actor was reading the script and is like, is this really what I'm supposed to be saying right now? And it filters
Yes.
into his dialogue.
The script even sounds like translated anime. Like, badly translated.
So I'll talk about this one because I know I'm not going to be able to talk about any other one. So Devil May Cry is pretty easy. It was going to be Resident Evil 4, right, at one point, but it just kind of straight off so far away from Resident Evil that it just turned into its own thing. They named it Devil May Cry, and that's really not much more than that. Why is this in the top 10 anime-inspired video games, though?
It technically, in some ways, was, because I found information that the creator of the series, Dante's original design was based off the character Cobra from a anime series called Space Adventure Cobra. So there definitely is some anime inspiration going into like the design of the characters. And some of the situations and like the plot lines are fairly structured like an anime, I think, but still the base material comes from the Dante's Inferno, or no, book.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is it?
Dang.
Yeah, that was the Dante's Inferno, the Divine Comedy, and things like that. Like,
I mean,
that
I
was
know
the
there's
original basis.
There is a video game, like, literally called Dante's Inferno based on the book and that story.
This is just loosely based.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Sweet. Okay, number 9. I think we can move on to number 9.
Mighty number 9.
I actually have a clip for this that I found that I can at least link to you in here. Whether or not you use it is up to you.
Well, that's fine, because I also have a clip. Because I also know about this one. So, I love number 9, because it's, so it's a Metal Wolf Chaos.
Yep.
It is, I think you star as, it's the President of the United States, right? It's the 47th President.
Yep.
What's his name? His name
Michael Wilson.
Michael Wilson. But I guess he rides around in like a giant mech.
Awesome. Would it be alright if I read off the plot line that I wrote for the top 10?
Sure, but first let me play this. This is Michael... What was the last name again?
Wilson.
The 47th President of the United States. This is him, the intro of the game, I think.
Get out my special ops suit, Jody.
It looks like a fancy party is about to start. This kind of party is a first for me. Mr. President?
Okay, let's party!
So,
I love that so much.
If we ever do a top 10 precedents in video games, I think that's number 1.
Absolutely.
Wait, not the one
Okay,
in
what's,
Saints Row? Saints Row's got his pretty dank president.
Oh god, yeah, okay, so actually that one's a pretty good contender too.
There you go.
Okay, so what's going on with this game, Donovan?
To quote from the top 10, players hop into the shoes and the titular robot of 47th President of the United States, Michael Wilson, as he attempts to fight off a coup d'etat from his Vice President, Richard Hawke.
There you go.
Like that's it in a nutshell, but that doesn't even begin to describe this game. Like, if you there's only been a few things in any kind of foreign media that exemplifies the over-the-top American kind of patriotism, and this is one of them. Like, it's every character shouts something about how great America is for one reason or another. There's comments and references to things like the Florida recount from 2000. There's it's just basically so American that you could just serve it up with apple pie and stick a flag inside it.
Yeah, we're sorry for that, by the way, that recount as a Florida resident.
Yep. I apologize greatly for that. But the best part about it is that it's got so much Japanese mecha inspiration to it, and yet it still manages to balance that with like the super patriotism that you'd think they would be perfectly combined from the get-go. Like, Paul, you want to talk some more about it?
No, I'm done. That's all I know about the game.
Well, basically, you just it's pretty much every single super robot series you can imagine. Mazinger, Gao Gaigar, Gundam, all the giant robots blowing the living hell out of everything. But you're doing it in a really America-centric kind of storyline. And the voice acting is just... It's so terrible, but at the same time, you could tell heart was put into it. With the "okay, let's party" line, that is an awfully acted line, but you just can't help but adore it. And you get to go around blasting everything in sight. You can fly off into space and fight your vice president on a giant space fortress. It's so much anime, but it's so American that you almost forget that for a second.
Yeah, I love it. Okay, alright, that's good. I think we can move on to number 8. Okay, so it's Gravity Rush. I still haven't played this. I know she was on PlayStation All-Stars, so she's a PlayStation original character, but I still haven't played any of her games, and there's a sequel now that I gotta get to.
I loved the game, honestly, and it's probably one of my favorite games of all time. And it sort of just captured my heart, and the gameplay is phenomenal. Though I did not expect to go in loving it as much, and sort of just definitely the style is very anime and the feel of it. The main character, Kat, actually reminded me a lot of some of the anime protagonists, where lack of memory is one thing that you see in anime at times, and that an issue, but sort of her personality of just go with the flow. She has her morals, and she's gonna stick to it. And if anyone tries to take her off her path, then no. She walks away. Like, there's a side mission where they're trying to get her into the military. And originally she's into it at first because she thinks it's going to help. And then she realizes that they're not really helping, they're hurting. Or they're not doing what they can to help and focusing on this rather than the people. So she just walks away and says, I'm just going to be a hero on my own.
Nice. Fucking
Yeah,
badass.
she's a pretty cool character. Like, her design is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played Gravity Rush 2, and just the way that the character acts is so atypical of a lot of other heroes who would be in that kind of situation. It makes it really interesting.
Yeah.
So, wouldn't any Japanese game be technically, like, anime-inspired? Because they are. Like, if you just look at all Nintendo characters, like Mario, Link, all the Pokemon, Samus, like, they all have, like, an anime look to them.
It's not necessarily only about the look. The look is definitely a huge part of it.
It's also
But there's
a bit to the story and their attitude.
there's a lot of tropes and cliches that are
Yeah.
very prevalent in anime, especially over, say, an American cartoon. Like, just as there's much things in American cartoons that don't filter over into anime as much.
Okay. See, this is why you guys are here. Because if you guys weren't, Laura, what do we know about anime? I have, like, this is all I have for, like, anime-sounding clips, like Japanese clips. I have stuff like this.
I mean,
What is that?
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
My sister
sound
and I,
effect from
my
a
sister and I
maid.
watch those really, really girly animes because we're just obsessed with them. So I know a bunch about. Is it shoujo's the girly one?
Yeah, shoujo's the one.
Yeah. So I know
some of those, but
I watch about. My sister and I are watching one right now. That is actually it's a video game. This is a anime based off of a video game, and it's Brothers Conflict, where basically your dad marries this woman who has 12 sons, and they're all in love with you, and you can just decide which one. That's the extent of my knowledge.
that's something
I
you
love
would find in anime.
Nope. It's great. Dating sims, all about that, but
I found a clip of just, like, Japanese anime characters screaming.
that's perfect.
But, like, I'll play that later. Let's move on to number 7. What's number 7?
Tokyo.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry.
Sound effect?
I'm sorry.
effect?
Yep. Hold on. There you go.
Okay. Tokyo Mirage Sessions #FE.
Sharp Effie.
Oh, Sharp Effie. I didn't realize it was
Apparently-
Sharp
that's-
for
that-
Effie.
that- No, neither did I until I looked it up somewhere, and I said, "Oh, it's like the sharp note on a musical sheet."
I'm on Twitter too much. It's hashtag.
Hashtag.
Yeah. So, basically, Tokyo Mirage revolves around sort of the Japanese industry of idols. And so your main characters are all trying to be idols in the Japanese entertainment industry. And yeah.
Go ahead.
Then there is also, like, they have the animated cutscenes of the 2D, not just the 3D that they normally have. And you have some of the character tropes. Kiria is what you call a tsundere. A character who's, like,
tsundere.
outwardly, she's harsh, but then she's actually caring and loving person.
Aw.
Wow.
I love tsundere. Oh, those are the best characters.
Now,
Wait, what does that mean, Laura?
Tsunderes were like they're tough on the outside and soft on the inside, right?
Yeah.
like I think "soon's" supposed to be the Japanese word or a concept meaning like someone who's harsh or
Yeah.
something that's harsh, and dairy is the
Sweet or
loving
something.
side.
Yeah.
So
So they are
there's
tough on the
dare.
outside but soft on the inside.
Yep.
Do they sound like this?
Thank you, senpai.
Is that that a good
No, they're
representation?
okay. Have you ever seen tsundere sharks? Go on to Reddit.
No, I don't know what that.
Oh my god, go
I
on
don't
to
know what
Reddit.
any of this means.
Go tsundere sharks, and that's what a tsundere is.
Now,
Okay,
I'll send you a picture.
Let me put it this way: there's a common stereotype involving tsundere characters where they can't confess that they are in love with the main character, but they obviously show through their actions and emotions that they are.
Yeah.
And there's a common line in a lot of shows, like "It's not like I like you or anything, idiot."
Yeah, basically.
Things like that.
Baka. So stupid.
Now, another interesting thing from what I had heard about Oda Sharp FE is that one of the characters, like, it's not just like only idols, it's also other parts of the entertainment industry. For example, one character supposedly wants to be a big actor in like the tokusatsu or like superhero kind of shows.
Like the Kamen Rider type.
Yeah, like the
Power Rangers.
the redhead guy in the show who's got like the Izayori Hara jacket.
God, you guys are speaking in a different language. Let's move on to number 6.
Oh, Genki desu ne?
Oh my god.
And you know what I say to that? I say,
God.
Oh my god.
number 6. No, I have a sound effect. Number 6. What's number 6?
That would be Yandere Simulator. Oh god.
Oh god, I read about this
I know
one.
Yandere.
And it sounds dark.
Well, how do we put this?
Disturbing.
You play. That's one way.
Yeah.
You play as a schoolgirl who is in love with her senpai or upperclassman. And the thing about that is, she loves him so much that she won't let anybody else have him.
Oh god.
And in order to make sure that's the case, she murders people.
Yes.
Jesus.
Yep.
Wait, is this an actual game?
Yes.
It's
is
an
it
actual
like
game. It's still in the development process, but the
Yeah.
creator of it's been putting up lots of beta builds for it.
Yeah. They slowly update it over time, and I've seen it a lot. And it's changed a lot since, like, the first time I saw it. I've never played it for myself, but it's definitely gotten better graphically, and I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing, because it's kind of scary.
Now,
Oh, sorry, I just saw the shark picture that Laura posted in our podcast chat.
Tsundere shark.
No, it's a really niche kind of game because it's based on a very, very, very specific trope, and usually that trope is played for horror in a lot of kind of anime.
Yeah.
And in the game, you play as that horror. So that's something.
Wow. Yeah, I read about it and it sounds kind of messed up, but like the intro, that's not even like the intro's like pretty happy and like go lucky and like it doesn't. I didn't see any of that stuff in the intro. But it sounds pretty freaking dark.
It's like those Deadpool posters that advertise it as a romantic comedy. It's meant to get people like, oh, let's give this a shot. Let's see what it is, and then just watch the horror unfold.
Aw. I mean, there was a little bit of romance in...
no, there's definitely romance in there. It's just filtered through the mind of somebody who's willing to murder all her rivals to get to her love.
Oh, good God.
Laura, you know what this is? Like, you played this?
No, I haven't played it, but I mean, now I want to, but... It sounds ridiculous. Okay, have you played, what the hell is it? The, Pigeon Boyfriend? The Pigeon Boyfriend one.
Hatoful Boyfriend?
Yeah, that one. There's, like, a character that's like that. That's like, I love you, but I'm gonna murder you.
That's terrible. Can we move on to number 5?
Yes, please.
Number 5.
Number 5 is God Eater. Thank you.
Okay, what's number 5? What's that about?
God Eater is, you like Attack on Titan, right?
Yes.
Think Attack on Titan, but a few years earlier and involving more giant monsters than giant people.
That's pretty cool.
Basically, it focuses on a world where the apocalypse has happened, giant monsters known as origami roam the lands, and a bunch of people are equipped with swords that basically get connected to their bodies, and they go and they fight the monsters. There's a conspiracy, all that kind of good stuff. It basically heralded the rise of the post-apocalyptic anime way before it really got into the mainstream. And there'd been plenty of these before, but it never really got as popular as it did until Attack on Titan hit the internet, hit the TV screens, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So this sort of is a... I don't want to say it's a codifier for that genre because, again, it's existed before, but you can definitely put it alongside things like Attack on Titan, and they did make an anime out of it. So if you want to compare the two side by side, you probably could.
Okay. Wait, so what were the before Attack on Titan? What kind of animes?
I'm trying to think of any I'm trying to think of any specific examples, but I know that I always had to look up different shows when I ran the club, trying to go through the anime charts and everything. Mm-hmm. And there have been plenty of, in the post-apocalypse, insert storyline element here. Usually a lot of them are based on light novels or novels with illustrations in them that involve usually the main character having a harem of some sort, because that seems to be what sells nowadays. But this was the one that really this was a game that really started to try to take it into a sort of action horror territory. And then things like Attack on Titan seized on that kind of archetype and just really ran with it.
Oh, awesome. All right, can we move on to number 4?
Yep.
Number 4. No, number 4. There we go.
No, I kind of like that one.
The yo was fitting, actually.
Let me find that again. Okay, is that racist? That's not racist, is it?
No, I think that's from Kabuki.
Okay,
like
good.
the stage age shows.
Yeah, like I only know that from video games. Like I've heard that in
I've actually
games.
I saw a Kabuki performance live, and they did have things like that a lot in there.
It's like any video game that has like a mini game where you like, I don't know, like have like a duel, like a Zord duel, and then like then they show you who won, like who died and who lived. Then they play that.
Yeah, that's something that's common in a lot of different stage plays and stories from like around the time when Kabuki was getting really popular, where it was like the Meiji era and around then from Japan. So that's why they have a lot of that. Yes, exactly.
Definitely makes it sound even more fitting for this, since you have the cases where you figure out who's the murderer, and who's ever the murderer dies.
What is number 4?
Oh, yes, number 4 is Danganronpa, Trigger Happy Havoc.
All right, Laura, you know about this. What's this about?
Oh, okay. Well, since I know a little bit, just because my boyfriend played it and made me want to play it. So basically, it's a high school, is it not? Where like for special,
it's a
gifted, talented.
Yeah, the talented
in their
high school
field.
Or whatever. Right,
Exactly.
And you have to
super duper high school level insert.
Yeah.
Thing here.
Yeah.
And basically, you have to figure out, like, people are getting murdered, and... Oh, no. In order, you're, like, stuck in the high school, and the only way to get out of the high school is to murder someone, but...
Jesus.
If you're...
And you have to get away with it.
Yeah, you have to get away with it. So there's a trial, and if you're, like, caught, you get murdered. But if you... Or, like... And then if you, murder a person, get away with it, you're allowed to go. I mean... And then the principal is like an insane bear.
That's pretty fitting. But, yeah, we forgot the most important part.
Yes.
The person orchestrating this whole thing is not a person.
Yeah, it's a cute bear.
It's a bear.
The mascot.
A bear known as Monokuma.
I think that was it. I think that was Monokuma. I found it.
But, one thing that was interesting, Sean, who wrote this entry in the top 10, mentioned that it helped subvert the player's expectations of a lot of different anime tropes and archetypes that you might expect to happen.
Yeah.
Or things that you don't normally see in a show. Because one example that was given was that in Japanese, Monokuma is voiced by, let me see if I got this right, Nobuyo Oyama, who is the voice actress of the Japanese character Doraemon. You've probably seen like the big cat thing with like the blue fur, the giant red nose. That's like one of the biggest kids things in Japan. And this nice little voice that comes out of the character's mouth is now in the mouth of a murderous psychopathic bear.
Oh my god.
I've seen that bear a lot. Actually, the only reason I know anything about this, the last website that I used to work at before I kind of gave all that up, before we decided to just start a website of our own, I used to work at Gaming Trend. And there was one of my coworkers, he was huge into the show and then the video games. He would talk about it all the time, like non-stop on the chat. Like this is all he talked about. Maybe not all, but like he talked about it a lot. I know that like when he explained it to me, it reminded me of I'm trying to think of this movie that I love. It's a Japanese movie.
Battle Royale.
Oh yeah.
That's what it sounded like.
It basically is Battle Royale, but in a more enclosed space.
Yep.
I love Battle Royale.
Like it's more of a mystery than a just straight up sort of murder frenzy that Battle Royale was. Because you're focused on like everybody's trying to get along together, everybody's trying to survive and figure out a way out, but some people just crack. They can't handle the pressure, and this ends up leading them to murder somebody for whatever reasons there are. And so it turns into sort of a Phoenix Wright style trial system where you have to figure out who caused the murder and who's going to be next on the chopping block.
I love these, like, I love screaming in anime. It's the best. Like, nobody screams better in anywhere else in horror movies
they
or
put
anything.
so much effort into it because
Yes.
they're in a voice booth and they know they can just go all out with it.
Especially because it's anime genre.
Yeah.
Because that's sort of where you can go wild.
Such a wonder.
Can I find? There we go. I
Does
love
that
that.
music sound like Final Fantasy 15?
It's not. It's some anime on YouTube. Okay, what's number 3? If I can find my sound effect.
Number 3 is The World Ends With You, and oh god, anytime I find an excuse to talk about this, I will.
Oh, I've heard this is good.
I know.
The World Ends With You is a game focusing around a character named Neku, a anti-social misanthrope who just really hates everybody. And one day, he wakes up dead in the middle of Japan's Shibuya Crossing. And he finds out that he has to team up with somebody in order to survive what's known as the Reaper's Game, a strange supernatural game in which the purpose is to win a second chance at life. But the problem is, he kind of sacrificed something to get into there, his memories. So he has to both figure out how he got there and how to get out.
This was on DS, right?
Yep, and it's also on Android and iOS now.
Nice.
Now, this already sounds like the pitch to an anime right off the bat.
It sounds similar to... For some reason, it reminds me a little bit of Yu Yu Hakusho of dying and then needing to come back to life.
It sort of is. It definitely takes inspiration from things like that. But it, like I mentioned in the entry itself, it would be really well fit alongside a lot of recent shows like Devil Survivor 2, which started as a game but definitely became a lot more anime-esque once it became an actual anime, and Durarara, though that one has more of a slice-of-life supernatural bent.
Yeah.
And it just feels like, with all the effort put into it, all the design work, all the musical work, all the storylines that feel like they're broken up into arcs with each week being its own separate arc, it feels like it would be perfect to adapt into an anime, so why haven't you done it yet, Square Enix?
Yeah.
See, this guy knows what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm. So it's not an anime.
No.
Nope. It even has a whole set of episodes within each week. Each day is its own separate storyline that builds up to the final confrontation on day 7 for each of the game masters of the Reaper's Game. So you have your structure right there. All you need to do is either expand on it or consolidate some things.
Yeah, I know you've been talking about this game for a while. You put it in a different top 10 that I'm trying to remember.
It was the top 10 badass character outfits with Shogun and Miyamoto.
Yes, that was it.
I remember that one.
Yeah.
Along with top 10 weirdest JRPGs.
Oh god, I wish we would have been doing the show when we did that. I would have had so many good sound effects for that.
But I just love the game. There's so many good characters in there. The storyline is really well paced. The themes of the game are actually not what you might expect them to be, given the whole emphasis on having the main character be a cool, badass loner in a lot of recent shows.
Yeah.
It's just a really, really good game. And more people need to play it, more people need to get into it, and that might maybe make Square Enix decide, hey, you know what, maybe we can make an anime, or a sequel, or anything.
Yeah.
Just give me something, please.
I mean, honestly, you I think you do more for that game than anybody has done in since the game came out. Nobody else talks about it as much as you do, on any other website.
Hire me, Square Enix Marketing, please.
Seriously. Okay, you want to move on to number 2, or is there anything else you want to talk
Trust me, I
about?
could talk about this game for hours, but if we did that, we'd be here for hours, so go right ahead.
Yeah, number... well, actually, I forgot to ask you, so does that mean, Donovan, that you...
Did you like it?
I liked it very, very much.
Yeah?
Thank you, Hideo.
Okay, so what's number 2?
Persona 3 and technically 4.
That's cheating. You can't put more than one game on one entry.
Hey,
What
you
happened?
We've
didn't
done it
notice-
before.
You didn't
Oh,
notice
God, I
for
need
a
to
week.
pay
We
more
got
attention.
away with it, therefore we can do it.
Yes, I probably just didn't notice that you guys did that.
Yeah. It was
we did Spider-Man 1.
it was a very hard to choose between the two since they're very close in some of their character tropes that they do and the style of the game, and the only difference that we mostly talked about was the structure of their story. Persona 4 having one that's very character focused, like each dungeon represents a character in the game, where Persona 3 has it where their dungeon area is just something you go up, and there are character moments that happen here and there, but it's not mainly focused to the main plot of getting through to the end.
Yeah,
I still haven't played any of these games.
You need to.
But with Persona 3, if you're going in looking for something that's a lot more sort of thematic, where it focuses a lot more on ideas and concepts than just characters, and the characters are really well developed, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
The whole idea with the social links is to get to know them. But because of that, the plot itself doesn't especially have too much, like in terms of like a plot where you have to fight the shadows that come out every full moon. Like all the story development, all the character development comes during the social links, with some elements of it coming before some of the major plot points of the game. Whereas Persona 4 has a lot more of a focus on the character stuff because it's all about facing your inner self, and every character has to have a specific identity in order to have that work.
So these are RPGs, right?
Yes.
Yep.
I played... Well, see, do you guys know Pizza?
Yep.
You know Pizza. I think she's the reason... I think she brought you into the site, right, Donovan?
Yep, I knew her from my college days.
Okay. Yeah,
God,
so...
saying my college days, I feel old.
Yeah, Pizza... yeah, trust me, you're not. Pizza, like, she keeps talking about these games, and I forgot which one. Like, one day she just kind of set me down and she put it in front of me, and like she played, I don't know which one, it was on PS2, one of the Persona games.
It could have been either one.
Yeah.
Do you remember anything that happened in it?
No, because I fell asleep when she was
Do you remember
showing me
the
the
color
game.
scheme? Because if it's
Oh,
more blue, then it's Persona 3. If it's yellow, it's Persona 4.
there was a lot of the story had to do with like TV news.
That's Persona 4.
Okay. I wasn't trying to fall asleep. I was just really tired when she was showing me the game. But yeah, I still wanna get to the series because it's just like a thing that I need. Like, it feels like I need to.
I would definitely jump into Persona 5 when it comes out because it's not connected to any of the other stories, but it has the same kind of thematic basis that the other Persona games have. So it's a good way to get into it.
Yeah.
And then from there you can decide if you really want to get into the older ones.
Yeah.
Well, I always like to start with the first game. What system was the first
really.
one on?
Yeah, don't please, for the love of
God. 1
God.
and 2
what system?
Are considered
didn't age well.
very different and aged very poorly. I tried playing. On my Vita, I got the Persona 4 Golden, and then after I played through that, I got 3, and then 2 came up either on sale or was free or something. So I was like, okay, cool, I'll get 2 now. And oh god, was it a nightmare to even try and play it.
What system are they on? The first.
They're on Vita now.
Yeah, they're updated onto Vita.
Originally, what were they on?
PlayStation 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
But one thing about the first game is that it was initially, when it first came out, it was very poorly translated. So, how do I put this? They made a character into what looked like a black stereotype.
Oh, no.
So they had to wait a while before they could really do more with that, because they had to figure out what they were going to do when they brought it over to the Vita, or the PSP rather, since it was initially on the PSP for the re-release. So they just brought it back to what it was originally in Japanese. So that's nice, but the rest of the game is still kind of clunky in a way. I don't think either of the first 2 games are bad, but you have to go into it recognizing that it's going to be a very dense experience in terms of like the story kind of stuff, and it's going to be a very frustrating experience in terms of the gameplay and going around and trying to figure things out. I spent 2 hours trying to figure out where to go in Persona 1.
I quit 2 because I couldn't figure out where the door was to get out of a room. Because the camera does not move. And it was against the wall that you can't even see because it's invisible so you can see your character. And I'm just like, where am I even going? And I was just moving along the wall, and I finally went through it, and I'm just like, you know what? Screw you, because I can't find the door to get out of this one.
Thank you, Genshi, for breaking down the door.
Can we move on to number 1?
Yes, but one last thing before you do.
Oh,
Persona 5 has Phantom Thieves in the middle of Tokyo. Please get it.
Yes.
Persona 1. Okay.
February 14th.
Okay.
It will be your Valentine.
Oh, Persona 5.
Yeah.
Yep.
See, because I feel we were playing, like, starting a series
The thing
of
is,
number
it
5.
doesn't have any plot
connected.
elements, as far as we know, that are connected to it.
Even if it is connected, they're very loosely, because Persona 3 and Persona 4, don't they have like a year or two apart?
Yeah, and then it's in a completely different town with completely different characters, and all they have to connect it is a one-off quote-unquote episode within the game where they go visit the place that Persona 3 took place in. They don't run into any of the major characters, they just see the area, and there's a couple of references, that's it.
Yeah.
So Persona 5 will probably do the same kind of thing.
Awesome. All right. I mean, I'm still thinking about playing Persona 5, but like I said, I feel weird about it. If you're starting at it from 5.
Trust
So-
me, you'd get to Persona 5 in 2020 if you started from 1.
I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's like a rule that I have. I'm very strict with the way that I play games. So we'll see. We'll see. Number
Number 1 is Galaxy, the Dimensional.
This was odd because isn't this game didn't it just come out? Because I saw it on PS Plus recently.
I think it was released a short while ago, not too long ago, but then it got on PS Plus because it was fairly new and exciting.
Okay, so why is it number 1?
Well, Sean was the one who wanted this in there, and he pitched it as basically every mecha anime as a game. It's basically how The World Ends With You is a sort of supernatural, a real life supernatural kind of thing, and one of those animes made into a game.
Mm-hmm.
It's got that kind of feel to it. This has the feel of somebody who really, really loved all the old mecha series Gundam, Evangelion, all that, and putting those feelings into a game. And it's structured much like an actual mecha anime. He mentions in the entry that the player progresses through missions within a season, letting it feel like they're playing through episodes of a TV show with their own particular area, scenarios, things like that. I've only played a bit of the game myself, but it definitely feels like something that would have been perfect for the time if it had been released, say, in the late 80s, early 90s, as a lot of the mecha anime craze was really hitting its high stride.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at it, it looks very, very much like something out of the 80s. From those mech anime, so it looks pretty cool. I know I have it on my PS4, I still haven't played it though.
The picture that we used for the top 10 shows basically, it looks like a whole hybrid of a lot of other mechas, like the Gundam. It has the Gundam's crown and everything. It has the Evangelion's stark frame. It's just and it even has the freaking laser sword.
Dang.
That's so mecha it hurts.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Where something like Metal Wolf Chaos was mecha as filtered into American patriotism parody, this is just straight up unadulterated, pure concentrated mecha, and it's beautiful. And Sean did a really good job of convincing us to put it in number 1, and I'm very happy we did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because more people can get into it now.
I was not expecting that at all, so.
Hey, that's what we try for.
Awesome. Alright, do you guys have anything else to say about it?
No, I think we got it pretty much covered.
Okay, good, because I need to go to use the restroom really bad, so let's go on break. Alright, somebody think of a song to take us out on break, quick. Donovan or Melissa, one of you guys. Any anime song will do.
One of the openings.
Yeah, so I was going to suggest.
God, it's...
I've got the Tokyo Mirage Sessions opening ready to go if you need.
Okay, send it to me, so we'll play that to take us out. We'll play that.
It's also just a really good song in general.
Yeah.
Okay.
They have a lot of
All
good
right,
music in that.
Really anime, too, I'm sure. So, all right, so that'll take us out. Let's go on break, and then Melissa, you want to talk about?
Deus Ex.
Yes.
Yep.
Did you already finish it?
Yeah, I finished it. The only thing I
Jesus.
haven't finished is like a side story that they have in the game, but they tell you not to finish it until you've done the main. But I've done the main.
Nice hustle.
Yeah, seriously.
Wait, hey, how long did it take you to finish it?
Maybe 3 days binging it.
It's not bad.
Oh God.
Shit.
Nice.
And I finished all like the side stories and everything that at least the ones I could find. I think there may be a few that I missed that you just have to travel the city to find.
Okay.
But
Okay. Here. I love all these. I want to keep all these. Here, I'm gonna play them all at the same time.
友人の剣をくれ
サンキュー先輩。
All right, we'll be right back.
壊したい大事そうに抱えた私を全部君がこの孤独を痛みを癒すの
Alrighty. Hey, Laura.
Hey,
How are you enjoying the show so far?
I'm loving it so far. It's been real good.
Yeah, all the anime games.
Oh yes, all of them.
Which one was your favorite?
I personally like number 4 this week.
This week, number 4 was your favorite.
Yes.
My favorite was number 8. But yeah, it got a little dark halfway through that. But all right, so for everybody listening, I'm getting a message on Skype.
Okay.
So for everybody listening, where again can they find these top 10s and everything else that we write about? What website can you go to for that?
They can find it at bitcultures.com.
Bitcultures.com?
Yes, that's bit, like B-I-T, and then cultures.com.
Okay, so there's reviews. There are top 10s like
Yep.
the ones we do in every episode. There are features. There are multiple video shows.
Oh, yes.
Sounds like a lot of stuff. It sounds really cool. How much do they have to pay for all that? Like $200 a month?
No, it's about 1,000, actually. No, actually, it's $0. $0 a month.
Wait a minute. Jesus Christ. Okay, so they can get all this stuff for free?
Yes, for absolutely free.
God damn.
I know, right?
Okay,
Great
well,
deal.
I'm heading to... yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm heading to bitcultures.com right now. I don't know about you, but after this podcast, that's where I'm going.
Heck yes.
One more time for the people listening.
Yeah, it's bitcultures.com.
Back to the show, guys.
友人の剣をくれ
I gotta close these anime screaming YouTube videos. Wait, before I do, Donovan, do you know any of these? Or Melissa? Let's see if you can, if you can tell
God,
the anime from the screen.
That's gonna be fun, but it's gonna be tricky. Okay, I swear I know this. I swear I know what this is from. Like with the music, at least. God, I can't name it.
No guesses?
Well, let me check something really quick.
Nope.
I kind of want to say Naruto.
Nope, it's Attack on Titan.
I knew it.
And
Because I
that's the
recognize
only
the
one that I
two-
can
I
tell you what it is.
recognize
'cause
the
I've seen.
I should have
Okay,
just guessed from
It's from the scene where the mother gets eaten, right?
I think so.
Because I recognize like how the
No,
music.
no, it's not because he's already.
Oh.
Oh, actually, yeah, it is. It is actually. He's not grown up yet. Okay, what about this one?
Oh god, I don't know. A horror game?
I definitely don't know that one.
Probably a
Nobody knows. That's also Attack on Titan.
Oh my
That's
God.
it. So there you go.
God.
That is. I forgot his name. That's a little blonde kid.
Armin.
Armin. Yes. Who I
I
used to
kind of
hate.
fell out with that series.
What about this one? Donovan, Melissa.
I actually don't know that one, or at least not offhand.
Melissa.
I don't think I've heard that one.
I love that this is you guys can even like maybe get it. Like that's crazy that you can like at least think about it based on somebody screaming.
Yeah, like we've heard a lot of anime screams.
I can't tell you what it is. It's some like little blue animal looking guy. He's saying something about fairy.
Is it a
wizards.
cat?
It looks like a cat. Yeah,
It's
Happy Fairy Tale.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I mean, he said fairy tale wizards, so I guess so.
Yeah.
Fairy Tale is the name of the guild.
Yeah, and the name of the anime.
What is this? Let's see.
Oh god.
Actually, that they were barely screaming in that. Actually, that was just me playing something
They were
in the middle.
barely screaming.
Oh god, the music. I know that music's from something.
Hello, everyone. I'm back.
God.
Nobody can guess that.
Yep. I swear I know what it is.
That was Kojima from Metal Gear Solid fame.
Oh,
so
no.
There you go.
I think that was Kojima, but I like the screaming.
Are they always screaming?
Hello, everyone. I'm back. Did you like it?
God.
I'm done with this. I'm closing this YouTube page. Never again.
He's lost
Never again.
privileges.
Wait, let me just check something.
While you do that, Laura, can I play something for you really quick?
Sure.
This I don't even know how it came about. Me and a lot of friends were at this Chinese buffet yesterday, and somebody said two words, and those two words just like triggered in my head. Something from back in 2006 that I haven't like thought about, and it just kind of came to me.
Oh gosh.
Somebody said the words berries, and then he said the words cream. Right?
Oh my god, no.
You tried these new berries and cream starburst? Pardon me. What kind of starburst did you just say? Berries. Berries? Berries and what else? And cream. Oh! Berries and cream, berries and cream. I'm a little lad who loves berries and cream. Berries and cream, berries and cream. I'm a little lad who loves berries and cream.
Alright, so why would I just, like, I guess this used to play back in, like, 10 years ago.
It played all
Like,
the
06,
time.
07. So many, like,
Yeah.
it's, like, embedded in my head. I can't not think about it.
I
But the thing
honestly
is,
don't think I ever heard that.
Oh my
No,
god.
you don't know what
I've
it's...
heard that commercial years ago.
Or maybe
It's-
I heard it once and that was it.
Did
It
he
was
have
a
like
Star Wars
purple
commercial.
hair or
No,
whatever
also-
too?
I think, yeah, he had brown hair, but he had to kind of, like, you know...
I don't remember.
But, yeah, but the fucking berries and cream commercial from... It was a Starburst commercial.
Yeah.
Melissa. In 06 or 07. I think it's funny because I think back then we used to just hate it. But now it's like...
Hilarious.
Nostalgic for some reason. It's like, it brings back memories and it's really weird. Anyway. Let's get back to the show. We haven't even started segment 2.
Oh,
So...
gosh.
Alright, new releases, which Evan usually does them, but he is sick. I'm sure he'll be back next week.
I hope.
What was the sound effect that I came up with for new releases?
I don't know.
I remember. I think I did.
What are you buying?
There we go. Okay, so
That's great.
So new releases, yeah, like you said, Donovan. There's a lot of like games coming out next week that are actually like pretty anime inspired. So I mean, first off, Resident Evil 4 HD is coming out on the 29th. That's tomorrow. I already pre-ordered that game because I like buying the same game over and over. I guess
You are Capcom's bread and butter.
I don't know why. I love that series. All of Capcom games I love, but I had Resident Evil 4 on the GameCube, and then on the PS2, I rebought it when it was on 360, and now, actually, I bought it on the PS3, and then I'm buying the PS4 version that's coming out tomorrow. So there you go.
Nice.
This driving game, Acerto Corsa, I don't know what that is. Do you guys know what that is?
I can't say for sure.
Nope.
There's Hatsune Miku
Yes.
Project Diva X.
Yep.
So I actually reviewed back when I used to work for another website the Hatsune Miku that came out on the 3DS.
Yeah, I think that was the one.
Yeah, it's like a rhythm game. It's cute, but I mean, Hatsune Miku, who is she? I know she's like famous in Japan.
She is the mascot for a voice synthesizer program.
Really?
Basically, if you ever heard Vocaloid songs on YouTube, where it sounds like a robot singing and they all get high pitched and things like that, that's because they're part of a voice synthesizer program, and Miku is like the mascot of it.
I have seen like concerts, like live concerts, where she is like
She's a hologram,
or
right?
it looks like yes.
Yep. Okay, it reminds me that Disney Channel
go ahead.
movie. It reminds me of that Disney Channel movie where they have like the kid creates like oh god, it's like back in the early 2000s. The kid creates like that program where he like someone sings and it's a hologram and she becomes like a famous pop star. Or did I
That
imagine?
sounds so familiar. I don't know. That sounds familiar.
No, it sounds familiar.
Okay.
What I was gonna say, it sounds like when gorillas perform live,
Yeah.
they do that. They do holograms on stage.
Studio Killers
something-
do it too.
For something more recent, as an example, did you guys hear about the concert by the Squid Sisters from Splatoon?
No, but that
that's
sounds
awesome.
cool.
Oh!
At some Paris convention, they had a live hologram concert with the Callie and Mari, or
my
Mary,
gosh.
however you pronounce it. I'm guessing it's Mari, like calamari.
Yes.
But
That's funny.
they did a concert where they had the holograms of the characters sing songs from Splatoon.
Oh shit, that's awesome.
Yep.
Oh, I found it. It's called Pixel Perfect.
Actually, I don't know then.
It's
I
like
swear I probably watched it, but I can't remember.
it's the guy, the Film the Future guy who like I don't know, he stars in it, and some other girl, she's like a rock star / pop star. Okay. Anyway.
Phil of the future.
Okay, more new releases. A game called Lumo is coming out on the PS4. Don't know what that's about. Assault Suit Lenos on the PS4. No idea what that is. There's God Eater 2 on the PS4 and Vita. Rage Burst.
Oh, we just
I
talked
don't know
about
what
God
that is
Eater.
either.
I haven't pre-ordered.
Oh, what is that? What?
It like we have God Eater in the top 10 list, and this is sort of gonna be my first time playing it, so I don't know a whole lot about it. I know like the whole reason I pre-ordered it was because the day one edition comes with costumes for some anime characters, but you also get, for the day one edition, you get the first game for free.
Okay,
So,
so I guess this is a
I'm
sequel
getting-
to the first one.
So I'm getting the first game and the second game for $60. So it's definitely, if you can get it day one, go ahead and get it, because you get two.
Ooh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
That's
And then
awesome.
the last big game coming out on tomorrow as well is Attack on Titan on PS4, PS Vita.
Actually, I think it might already be out because a friend of mine just popped up on Steam saying he's playing it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well,
See, I'm actually gonna play that because I do love the show. That's I think I'm gonna have that bring us back into segment 2, the theme song from Attack on Titan, because that's an awesome theme song. But yeah,
like,
that's
it's one of
coming
the best things. Actually, the band that did that also did the music for Bravely Default.
Wow.
really.
Yep, Riva.
I actually haven't seen anything about this game, and that's good because I want to kind of go into it blind. But I'm
I heard of
pretty
it.
excited about it. I guess it's like all season 1. I guess what they base the game on. I'm assuming.
Makes sense.
I don't think they've
Alright.
done season 2 yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, season 2 is
isn't
coming
it
out
in
next
Japan?
year.
Yeah.
It's coming out next year, but they've got the manga all the way up to like chapter 60 something.
Yeah, I can't. I don't read those either because they're backwards, and I can't.
Wow.
I can't figure them out.
Wow. There's literally a thing at the back of the book showing you how to read it.
Yeah, it
just
says
saying.
don't start here.
Yeah. I don't like change. Alright, so Deus Ex. The Deus Ex, what is the subtitle, Melissa?
Mankind Divided.
Okay, so you're done with that game.
Done with the main game, yeah.
So what do you think?
They have like the side story, and they also have like a mini game type thing to run through. So they have a lot to go with for now, and I'm hoping there's going to be more either in another game or DLC. Which
Well, can I ask you a question?
Did you like it?
Yes,
Yes.
much better than the first game. The story
I haven't
is
played the first yet.
Yeah, the story's structured a lot better, so it's not so overwhelming because it involves like this huge conspiracy of like these higher ups controlling all these events, and you sort of have to. Adam Jensen, who is the main character, is trying to get to find out who these people are and stop them from all their nefarious plots, I guess. I don't know a better word for it. So, see, the second game sort of... In the first game, he gets the attack, and then he learns about this organization, and in Season 2, he's actively going after them, but then there are other things that get in the way, and it mostly involves conflicts between the Augmented Rights and Coalition and the Human Restoration Act. Like, they want augmented people to basically be second-class citizens. So a lot of what is in the game takes from, like, real-life racism and things of that nature.
Yeah.
And,
You didn't-
like,
you
the
didn't ask for
big
this.
head organization that you're fighting is called the Illuminati. So,
Sorry, I was just saying, I've heard a lot of, like, controversy over the whole Augs Lives Matter versus, like, the, like,
It's
the
general- from
movement
what I've
here, Black
heard-
Lives Matter.
Yeah, from what I've heard, it's generally that it seems like they took the what they saw on the media of all these different movements and thought, oh, you know, I think all we need is just the name. It'll be fine, right? Nobody will notice.
Yeah.
We're good.
Yeah, that's what I've heard too.
some of the cutscenes, even from both the first and the last game, look and probably are like clips of real life newscasts put into the game.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it takes a lot from real life. I would love to see, like, rather than an anime, I would love to see a drama television show about it because it works so well. But
wait, was the first game like based on that too?
it had the same basis. It started like that storyline because that's Human Revolution of Deus Ex is the like start of Adam Jensen's story, and from there you go into the second game, and it sort of just continues on and builds from that. It starts 2 years after the first game.
Okay. What about the original Deus Ex, like on PC?
I have not played that one, and I
neither.
I don't think I've heard too much about it. I know, like, Human Revolution changed some things, like, they added in boss fights, which was something that weren't in the... I think there were 2 games previously that followed 2 separate characters, and I don't know if their story... I don't think their story links up at all with Adam Jensen's. His is sort of like his own story. And it starts, and I think they're going to continue it from Human Revolution, now Mankind Divided, and I think there probably are going to be a few... I'm hoping for at least one more game, and to wrap it up as a trilogy.
Well, I mean, is it open-ended, the way the
It is
second one ended?
open-ended. He doesn't... Like, there's this big head organization, and he sort of just moves up the ladder. He finds out more about them, but he's still not at the top. He still hasn't taken them down by the end of Mankind Divided, so you still need to go to a next level and figure out how to deal with these next organization and figure out, do you even trust the organization that you're working with? Because I did not through Mankind Divided, and I'm still not sure.
So what score would you have given it?
I know I gave, like, I looked up my review for Human Revolution, I gave that one an 89. And I think for this one, I would probably give it a 93, 94, roughly. Just because I definitely liked how the story was structured, because in Deus Ex, a lot in Human Revolution is just thrown at you, and you have to complete each task. And it's still, like, shoved on you, and it's a lot of information to process. Because it is, like, this complex conspiracy. But for Deus Ex, Mankind Divided, they sort of, like, you finish this task, and then this storyline is closed off for a little while. You have to go complete these tasks. So it's not as everything being thrown at you at once. It's sort of spaced out a little bit better, so you can process it all in a little bit more time and learn more, and also sort of just have fun breaking into people's apartments. Which was one of the best parts of the game.
Yeah, see, like, without knowing much about the game, I don't know if I'm even gonna try it anytime soon, because I haven't played the first, and there's, you know, so many other games coming out right now that I'm more interested in, or that I know about. This is just kind of one that just slipped by me. The first one did, and this one as well. So I don't know, like, how much time I can put into this. I don't know how long it's gonna take for me to even play this. I don't know if I should play the first one before I jump into this. You know, like, I barely know if it's like a full-on RPG or more like an action RPG, kind of like Mass Effect
It
ended up
is
being.
action. The gameplay is either you can go all out shooting everyone down, but really what I usually play is more of a stealth. You can basically pass through a bunch of areas just trying to go unnoticed, just waiting for people to, like, turn their head and then just move around them, or cloak yourself, because you have a bunch of augmentations that either help you hack through doors, that can help you get into vents, crawl through vents, and move your way around a building unnoticed, and sort of just move your way around. Or you can go all out shooting everyone down. The only issue when you do that is running out of ammo.
Sounds like the game wants you to play the stealth mode versus...
I definitely prefer going stealth, and I like it a little bit better. Yeah, and there even is also, like, trophies for if you go completely pacifist, even not killing anyone.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so if you can... I actually didn't do this, because I...
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I fuck up, it's like, oh, everyone's gonna die.
I screwed... Really, I had enough stun gun ammo by the end of the game. But during, like, the beginning portion of the game, I was just like, I'm out of stun gun ammo. I can't knock these guys out when they know I'm here, and they're gonna shoot me as soon as I walk out of this grate. So I was sort of like, okay, you all have to die.
Yeah, it sounds pretty good. I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing a review. Because you reviewed the first one, right?
Yeah, I reviewed the first one. It was one I wanted to go back and do, and I've sort of regret not playing it before this one came out, but it did, if you haven't played the first one for a while, it gives you, like, a whole summary. Really, really long summary, but it goes through all the detail. And if you couldn't make sense some of it in the first playthrough, then it sort of gives you some sense to everything.
Yeah, I'm interested in it, but it, again, like, Attack on Titan comes out tomorrow, and I don't not just want to play that, I want to stream that, because that looks like a lot of fun to stream. I'm still playing No Man's Sky, so I'm basically not even finished with that yet. Like, I'm still making my way to the center.
Soul.
Like, I'm gonna finish the game, and what I mean by that is getting all the trophies and getting to the center of the galaxy.
Oh, okay.
Oh, man.
I have to do it.
It's your definition.
I have to do it. Yeah. Oh, Laura, did you know that? And Eric just told me this yesterday too. It's been 2 weeks since the game came out, right?
Yes.
Exactly 2 weeks.
Yep.
So I guess everybody found out that after 2 weeks, they reset the servers. So all planets, everything that you've named,
are you fucking kidding
it all
me?
gets deleted.
Either that or it's some sort of bug, I heard.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No. So if you've named anything, check. It's been deleted.
No!
And Eric said like that's
you
it.
didn't ask for this.
Eric said that was the last fucking straw. He said, "I'm done. Like I'm done with this game." Because remember when we did that episode 2 weeks ago? He was like the biggest defender of the game.
He wasn't. Oh my god. Okay, so I'm like, just immediately Googled it to see. But I really hope that they didn't.
Yeah. Do you know what happens
Oh
when you get
wait,
to the
so
center of the
if
console?
you have to re-download it and reload it, and your discoveries do reappear. It
Oh,
might
really?
have been a server bug.
Okay, I'm gonna let him know that then.
It might have been a server bug, apparently.
Okay.
Because I haven't
He's
seen
gonna be
anything on the
happy.
Reddit really about it. Because I feel like I don't know.
That would have been
fucking
pretty
terrible.
fucked up. Yeah.
That just like the Final Fantasy 15 delay, right, guys?
Oh yeah.
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 That would have been terrible if that happened.
Oh god,
Oh, yeah.
how dare they?
No, I just remembered the whole news chat like, no, there's no way this is going to happen. And then I'm just like, just wait. Just wait.
Yeah.
yeah,
I think I broke that news to the chat. And
Yeah, you did, and Eric was just like, no, this is rumor, we don't comment on rumors.
So it was pretty great because I watched that whole chat like go through all stages of depression.
I thought, no, the stages of grief, you mean?
Oh, stages of grief. One of them being depression. Like
No,
it started with flat out denial.
Yeah.
From people.
Yeah, I gotta figure out what was actually said in there, because it just like reading it in hindsight of what actually happened was amazing. It was just like this is rumor, there's no real proof, and I'm just like, that's what they said about No Man's Sky.
I think it
And
was
not only that, yeah.
1 a.m. that the news actually dropped, and I was, or at least 1 a.m. my time, and I was like online just like checking Facebook, and I saw Final Fantasy 15 trending. I'm just like, I know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So I looked up the video, and it's like, okay, I'll write the news post.
Oh, nice.
And like I told the chat, don't freak out. But
Just
And then
yet.
you start freaking out.
yeah, and then tomorrow you can freak out because like I saw when it was the rumor, because it was, look, I'm all for kind of talking about rumors, right? I don't like when somebody posts something as fact when it's just a rumor. I at least put the rumor title at the top of the page. Let people know that's what it is, even if the evidence is. It's probable that it's going to be true. Don't just say that it's a fact. So the website that I saw it from, Gamenesia, they posted it as a rumor, and they've done it before where they actually they've had a pretty good source. I forgot which game it was where they had a rumor posted and then it came true. So it wasn't just them, and then every other website was kind of took it off of them and then posted it. Mm-hmm. But then. Who was it? Donovan from Kotaku, right?
Yeah, it was Jason Schreier, or whatever his name is.
Yeah,
because I know his name. It's like, I know how it's spelled. I just don't know how you say it.
Yeah,
Schreier or something.
That guy, he never kind of posts anything on Twitter unless he knows for sure. Mm-hmm. And that same night when the rumors were going around, he's like, "No, I spoke to a bunch of my sources. It's happening. Like it's happening." Hate to break it to you. But still, like, a lot of people were just hoping that it wasn't true. Like, no, it's just a rumor. Like, they haven't said anything. And I'm like, that's the thing. It's been 24 hours and Square Enix hasn't said, no, that's just a rumor. Mm-hmm. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Mm-hmm. They haven't said a thing. So, obviously it was going to happen.
What was worse was seeing all the people just freaking out and sending, like, either death threats or comments like, man, you're terrible at journalism. You don't know anything. And I can just imagine the people who started spreading the quote-unquote rumor. I can just imagine them just sitting at their desks like, I'll wait for the pin to drop. I'll wait.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, we don't have to wait that long. What is it, like a month and a half away now?
Yeah.
So, not too bad. I have plenty of games to play till then, so I'm not that mad about it.
I think the only thing I'm sad about is I don't have any other September releases that I was planning for. But then I also realized I have like a bunch in November or October, so I'm like, okay, now I can save.
Yeah.
Well, that's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So we'll see how that pans out. I mean, I was in the mindset, I was looking forward to playing Final Fantasy next month. I was even going to do a whole top 10 about it next month, which I was excited about, but I mean, what can you do? It's just, it happens. I'm not gonna tell somebody that I'm gonna kill them because the game's not coming out when they said it would. Like, that is just ridiculous. When you get to that level, when you don't have anything better to do than, like, the game gets postponed a month ahead. Okay, I'm gonna write like a death threat to the developers because that's what I do. With my time.
Yes, that will make the game come out faster. Obviously.
Yes. So, anyway, Deus Ex. What was the subtitle again, Melissa?
Mankind Divided.
Okay, so I don't know. I might play it at one point. First, I need to play the first, which I do have. I do have, by the way, on 360. Although I have to rebuy it on PS3 because I'm redoing all my trophies again, like the achievements that I had. I'm like getting them all again because I'm insane, I guess.
If you don't like the first one, then you probably aren't going to like the second one because the gameplay itself is very similar. You get new things that you can do with your augmentations, but it's very similar in the way that you actually play through the game. But at the same time, the story, I think, is structured just much better than it was in the first.
Alrighty, let's move on to, I guess, question of the week, right, Laura? We don't have anything else that we can talk about?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. What was last week's question of the week? And then after that, we can do the new one, which you guys, you'll let us know what that is.
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, okay. Okay, there we go. Okay, so question of the week. This was courtesy of Janet, our guest last week. What video game made you rage quit the hardest? Evan. Evan said MLB The Show. Carl said TMNT for NES. Joshua says, nobody's going to understand this one, but Kingdom Hearts 2. Alex, she says, Shadow the Hedgehog as a youngin'. And her boss also chimed in and said North vs. South on the NES.
What? I don't know what that is.
I don't know. Peter said The Impossible Game, which, I mean, to be honest, that's probably, like, that's in the name itself. Okay, and let's see. Kelsey said Legend of Zelda Phantom Hourglass.
Okay.
Diego says never really rage quit games, but the Knuckles stage in Sonic Adventure 2 is pretty rage inducing.
Wait, I think, didn't he say Neopets?
Did he say Neopets?
Somebody said Neopets.
Oh no, he said
Which
Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival.
Oh yeah, I rage quit that as well. Because it's not, because it was horrible. Like, it's not an actual game. Like, who has played that game here? None of you guys?
No.
I sort of gave
mess
up
around
on
with
Animal
Amiibos.
Crossing.
So imagine Mario Party.
Mm-hmm.
You have a board. It looks cool and everything. Now imagine that there is no mini games, like none at all. So all
that's
you do,
Mario Party.
No, Mario Party. Yeah, I mean that's the point, right? I mean, imagine you roll your die and then you move a couple of steps, and then that's it. Next player's turn. That's all you do.
So
just
it's
walk
a
around.
board game.
It's a board game, yeah, without any actual like mini games.
Why pay $60 for that when you can get Monopoly for $20 and just have the same amount of rage?
I don't know, but it was like one of the worst games I've ever played. Like, it was barely a game. I don't even understand how they got away with that.
Because they
Metacritic
slapped
score on
Animal
it.
Crossing over the title?
I guess. I guess it was kind of cool that you put your amiibo on your Wii U controller, and then you can use those. But that's it. Like, there's nothing besides that you can do with the game.
I don't know why
It's
Nintendo
awful.
does this when they have so many other things that they can do.
Yeah.
That would be so much better.
Yeah.
Well, they print money most of the time. Sometimes they have to just sit back and go, just let this one flop. I think we can handle it.
Yeah, they're like, whatever.
Awful game. Awful, horrible game. I rage quit that as well.
Yeah.
So.
Alright, so continuing, last two. Raphael says Bart versus the Space Mutants, which I'm assuming it's a Simpsons game? I don't really know.
It's an old SNES Simpsons game, I think, or Genesis.
Simpsons. There you go.
I played, what's the Road Rage one that they had?
Simpsons Road Rage.
Yeah, that one's good. You're like a taxi service, and it's like,
yeah,
it's pretty.
Crazy
I like
Taxi
it.
with Simpsons.
It's like Grand Theft Auto.
It
no,
is,
no, like Crazy
kinda.
Taxi.
Except no guns. And then Ryan said Super Meat Boy.
I finished that one.
I've heard it's
Twice.
difficult.
Well, yeah, it's real difficult.
Yeah.
Like, I finished it once on the 360
Damn.
and then again on the PS4.
And that was it.
Okay, so who... Okay, so it's Donovan and Melissa. You guys, did you think of a question each? And then I'm going to combine them. And that's going to be the question this week.
Yeah, I came up with one earlier on before we got started with this, but it depends on what Melissa's is going to be.
Okay, so Melissa first.
Actually, I'm gonna go sort of like with an opposite to what yours is. What anime would you like to see adapted into a game? So sort of like the cross, vice versa.
Yeah, because my question was, what game would you like to see adapted into an anime?
Oh, I have an answer for that one already.
Though, if we want to open it up to a bit wider berth, we can also do what game would you like to see adapted into a cartoon. But considering the theme, we went with anime at first.
That's fine.
Okay. So, Laura, you go first, because it's going to be Mass Effect.
Oh yeah, obviously. That's what I was just thinking. Yeah, so we're gonna make them all go to a high school. Shepard will be the beautiful main character. She'll be romanced by all her alien schoolmates while also trying to defeat the Reapers that are like a rival high school or some silly bullshit.
I would play that.
It sounds fun, right?
I decided on a whim to just Google to see if somebody had made this.
Did they?
Somebody made a fanfic of this.
Yes, of course they did. Oh, I love you, internet.
Thank you, senpai.
And then I guess, what is it, an anime that I want to see made into a game? Let me see. I'm sure this is probably already a game, and I just don't really know about it, but I think a Death Note one would be really fun. But either
I know
the
I know there were Death Note DS games, but nothing really serious.
Yeah, like an investigation side, or where you could either play you could either do an investigation with L, or you could be Kira and try to murder everyone. But I think it'd be an interesting one. It'd be fun.
Telltale Games presents Death Note.
Yes.
I have a
I'd say
clip
that or
of...
some sort of visual novel.
Oh yeah.
Can I play my clip of Death Note?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Yes, okay. Right.
Good one.
So you sure that's not racist, right? I'm good.
I don't think so. You're right.
We're veering into that, so you might want to loosen up.
Oh god.
So Mass Effect and Death Note is Laura's choices. You guys go next, because I don't know what I'm gonna say. I'm just gonna wing it when it gets to me.
All right. Well, I think we already know which game I'd love to see turn into an anime. The World Ends With You, just because it honestly could fit that really well, and it has enough side stuff. It has enough things that could be expanded upon that it would make a really good either anime series or a series of movies like the Persona 3 movies, which adapt the game into I think it's 4 movies now. One for
I
each
think they were
season.
doing 3, but it may be 4. They may have extended it. I honestly thought it was 3, but who knows? I actually haven't watched them.
But for a game, for a anime adapted into a game, that Melissa, was it you who wrote the One Punch Man?
Telltale, the Telltale
Telltale
One Punch Man.
Because I really want to see that, honestly.
I
because
do.
It would be either as a Telltale style click and point adventure game or as a visual novel kind of thing. Because it would be really interesting just to see. We always see the characters in One Punch Man, which is about a guy who defeats everything he touches in one punch. That kind of game would work really well with a visual novel thing, because in the anime, it's focused on a whole lot of characters, so there's not really too much time to delve into the psyche of the main character. But most visual novels focus heavily on, what the characters are thinking, what they're reacting to. So seeing the thought process of the man who can destroy anything in one punch would be really kind of interesting to see.
I'm gonna think it's not gonna be anything too thrilling, but
No,
definitely be amusing.
It could go heavily on the comedy aspect, which would be really nice.
That's sort of
just basically
why I wanted to
we
see Telltale. Just because you have The Walking Dead and the Game of Thrones, and you have these super intense moments with those, and with One Punch Man, that's not It's gonna be like super intense drama, and then he punches it, and it's done.
It's like, oh no, this giant enemy has appeared. It's destroying the city. It's towering over everything. Oh, it's done.
Yeah.
So do we want to go to the grocery store or the movie theater first?
Yeah.
Alright, so that's what I got.
Alright, Melissa.
I'm not so sure about game I would want to see in an anime because honestly, I'm really into Laura's idea with the Mass Effect, and I'm totally all for that.
We'll make it happen.
Yeah, I do. Really, I sort of just want to see this out of pure love of the series, which is Tokyo Ghoul.
Oh god, Tokyo Ghoul. What I hear, it's really good.
It is like I watched the anime of it, and then I read the manga, and it made somewhat more meaningful to go back and read the manga after because I knew some of where it was going. So you can see all the foreshadowing that was really set up. And it's like an amazing series, and I would love to see it adapted into a game. I'm not exactly sure how it could be done. In some ways, I'd love to see it combat, but at the same time, I'm okay if it was just a visual novel type thing that I could play through. Just because it's such an amazing series, and it so deserves anything it can get. That's why I pre-ordered God Eater, because it had the costumes, and I'm just like, okay, all for it. I don't know anything about the series, but because it has Tokyo Ghoul, I'm gonna buy it. And as for game I would want to see in anime, I sort of, in similar context to the Mass Effect, I think I would go with the Dragon Age.
Nice.
Because it definitely has that, even the anime sort of arc, at least in Inquisition, I think it has like the anime arc of overcoming. Mm-hmm. I mean, going from like the lore and then becoming a hero or type thing. So I definitely think it has some aspects
like
of anime.
It's got the hero's journey kind of thing.
Yeah,
really
it definitely has that.
Anime.
Yeah. I totally.
And it also has the Akira Toriyama art style, the guy who did DBZ's stuff, right?
Yeah.
That's Dragon Quest, right?
No, Dragon Age.
Dragon Age.
Dragon Age.
I was gonna say Dragon Ball. I'm like, that's wrong.
There's too many things with dragons in this world. Let's just end all dragons.
Paul?
And now we come to Paul.
Okay. Alright. So, I'm gonna completely skip out on anime that I want to see made into a game, because I don't know any. Like, the only ones that I know, they already have games.
Yeah, I was gonna say Pokemon, and I'm like, wait.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, you could pick Attack on O.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't even answer, like, the second half. Now, as for the first part of that question, what game would I want to see turn into an anime? I'm gonna say Harvest Moon.
Ooh.
Because every episode could be, like, me as the anime character, like, trying to, I don't know, like, get a different waifu. Because you can do that in the game. Like, you can pick your different, like, whichever wife you want to have. And, I don't know, I guess it'd be cool, like, seeing the character ride horses. And
there have been series like that. There have been series like that before with, one was called Silver Spoon. It's by the person who did Full Metal Alchemist. And it's a story about a person who ends up accidentally going to an agricultural school. Don't ask me how, because I don't remember the exact details. But it has a lot of the same kind of slice of life stuff, something like a Harvest Moon anime would have, like with them farming and trying to raise livestock and things like that. It's possible to do it and make it interesting if the characters are interesting.
Yeah, I think they could definitely
kind of neat.
Add more depth to the characters, because Harvest Moon, I sort of love the games because they're definitely easy to just like relax to, but all the characters are fairly, I wouldn't call them all memorable.
You know what? I'm gonna change my answer. I'm gonna say Overwatch. That would be cool to see in an anime. So.
Yes,
I wish
all the Overwatch anime opening stuff that's been online lately. It's amazing.
Yeah, there's plenty of backstory to have a seasons of that show. So
any fight between Genji and Hanzo would be amazing to see.
Yeah, and anything about the Omnic war that happened that they haven't really gone much into in the games, like that'd be cool to see in anime. And there's a lot of like you said, there's a lot of ninjas and robots and mechs in Overwatch, so that'll work.
I think perfectly. I'd be way more into that than the actual game, because I gave
up
on it.
No, I still love the game. I'm gonna play that game forever.
It's a great gameplay, but at the same time, it's like there's no substance of like story and characters in the game that I would just learn. Like, I can't handle this. I'm definitely an RPG player.
But like there's a lot of comics and shorts and things like that to supplement that. But I can definitely understand wanting to have it more in the game. Yeah. But I would honestly love to see things like the comic with McCree stopping the train robbery be put into animated form. That would be a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And like there's a lot of different opportunities to have very character-centric episodes and something like this with a cast of like over 20-something characters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think the backstory in Overwatch is just begging to have a show based on it. Not even just a movie, like a whole TV show. And I think anime would fit perfectly for everything that's in the game. Because it takes a lot from anime, too.
Yeah.
You listening, Blizzard? Yeah. Get on that.
So, that's my answer. Alright, let's close it up. Donovan, you go first. What are you working on? Pimp your Twitter. Anything you want to pimp out.
Oh boy.
Go
right
crazy.
now, I'm working on I've been trying to work on a primer for the Persona series and for the Bit Culture's Primer series. And I've also been trying to work with Pizza on a video about The World Ends With You. And outside of that, I've also got a couple random article ideas in mind, like I might be doing one where I analyze a dance sequence in Persona 4 Dancing All Night for an actual like character arc within it. But outside of that, I'm still trying to see other games I can play, other things that I can get into. But it's just been a lot of fun working on all these top 10s because last month I basically worked on like I think 3 different top 10s. So things like that are always fun to work on. And next month I'm going to be helping out with the top 10 visual novels article in honor of Phoenix Wright's Spirit of Justice being released in the US.
Nice.
And if you guys want to check out my Twitter, it's at Common Writer Eru, E-R-U. And that's about it. Check me out if you want, and hopefully you enjoy what you find.
So you brought up something about dancing in games, and like I was thinking of doing the top 10 dance sequences in video games. Because I was playing the Ballad of Gay Tony, GTA 4, and there's a really cool dance sequence that you can do in the game. Because the guy you play as, he's a club bouncer,
right? And
you can go in and dance if you want to.
You can leave your friends behind.
Yes.
I was hoping someone would say it.
If you dance well enough, eventually people in the dance floor they'll start they'll get into a train with you. They'll start doing like a dance together. So everybody starts dancing at the same time, like on cue, like fucking like High School Musical. Like it's really cool. So I want to do that. I'm gonna put that on the board actually. Top 10 musical numbers in video games. They're out there.
That's sort of similar to what Dancing All Night has, where you dance as one character during most of the sequence, but when you get into fever mode, you get other characters within there dancing along with you, and it's a lot of fun just seeing the different characters interact throughout the dance. And that's part of why I wanted to do the one for the character I'm thinking of, because it actually, along with the dance number, who he dances with says a lot about the character and how they interact with people.
All right, Melissa.
One thing I want to work on is it's an article related to Deus Ex and sort of like going over the future that it shows. Because like I said, it takes a lot from real life. So I was like, okay, so it's set in 2029 and then Mankind Divided. So sort of, okay, so what does this show of where our future's headed? And so some of it is a little bit ridiculous because one thing that you can find, and it's part of your healing items, is a bunch of alcohol. And you see it everywhere. So basically, we're all alcoholics in the future.
Very cool.
Yeah, so that's one part, and sort of like some of the technology and the augmentations and things of that nature. So that's one thing I'm working on, and probably going to be my main focus. Other than that, I sort of started a mini-series, which is sort of akin to the Picture This series, that I wrote the Telltale One Punch Man on. It is the sequel suggestion, and I have a couple of those drafted. And
I think the Pokemon Party one was really, really popular online.
Yeah, the Pokemon Party was a Picture This. The sequel suggestion, I think was my first one was the Prima for Fire Emblem.
Okay.
And I have another one drafted for The Last of Us, which has actually been a lot of rumors have come out after, like right after I wrote that. I saw a lot of rumors for it actually coming for a sequel.
You might want to take a screen cap of your computer and the date that happens, just in
seriously.
case.
Yeah,
I called it.
It was.
Wait, can that have a sequel? I mean,
they
kind of they left it kind of open for a
they
sequel,
did
but I don't
leave
see
it-
what they can do.
Yeah.
And it's a whole world out there. So.
Yeah, that's sort of what I went into, that there's a whole world. They established this infection and everything, that they can totally do other characters, different states, but then I also do go into a more direct sequel of, like, what happens with this potential conflict that we just leave, are sort of left hanging. So that one is drafted and written, and hopefully will be published sometime. I have no idea. I don't schedule. But
That's me.
yeah, so that I worked on. Hopefully I can get a few more out. I've been wanting to play some games, and then from there, because I went ahead and played The Last of Us just to write that, and I'm just like, okay, now I need to go back and play some of the other games and refresh on some of the concepts and how the ending was left. So, other than that, I will pimp out the Big Culture's Twitter. Follow us there, because I work very hard in it, and I love working on it. And so the more followers, the better. And I post all the articles, retweet ever so often, trying to find more people to retweet and some more different things I can follow. And my own Twitter, which is at XALIVB, which is my gamer handle, ZalifB, and B is for my last name.
Yes.
Nice.
Thank you so much for running our Twitter. You do a great job. Let me give you this. Yes. Round of applause for Melissa. And Laura, what you doing?
I'm not working on anything right now. I am working on chipping away at my backlog and kind of seeing what I can get out of the way. So I don't have that, but I can pimp out my Twitter for.
I was gonna say pimp out your Twitter that you have more followers
for
than
my erratic tweets.
You're not even on it.
I know. Like, if you want to follow my erratic tweets that make absolutely no sense at like 3 a.m. sometimes, like, go ahead and you can follow it. But like, most of my tweets are like, "How does Twitter work? Please help."
Yes.
And I still have like 500 followers. I don't.
I know.
Most of my tweets are raging at video games.
Most of my tweets are a mix of entertainment, politics, and just basically anything else that seems to cross my timeline.
Yeah, I just use a fuck ton of hashtags, and I think that's why I get a bunch of followers. Because I'll be like, "Hey, I'll get like messages, be like, "Hey, can you like my page and listen to my music?" And like, "Hey, I write this book about like prenatal sociological ideas on kale." And I'm like, "Can you just go away?"
It's not easy being so popular.
I know, right? Ugh. Such is life.
So what is your Twitter handle?
Oh, my Twitter handle. Yes, you probably want that. It's at Laura Deadly. So LAURA WR then Deadly.
And mine is Paul the Caesar. Paul THE Caesar. Follow me because my new goal is to at least try to pass Laura's Twitter, because I use mine and I'm like halfway to get to her follower account. So
I've also had Twitter
that's what I want to do.
I was young.
Hail Caesar.
Yes. Yeah. So that's that. Next week, I'm pretty sure Evan will be back here. He should be back in full force. And
you're replacing us? How could you?
Yes, I am. No, but I want to thank you guys for stopping by and talking about anime, which there's nothing that I could have done without you guys. I don't know anything about it. So thank you, Donovan, and thank you, Melissa.
Thank you guys.
It's been a pleasure.
Yes, and you know what's taking us out? I thought about that like just recently, like within the past 2 minutes. I thought about what song I should play to take us out. I think I'm gonna play the Nyan Nyan Cat.
Yes.
Oh God, yes.
Yeah. Let me just find the lyrics. Hold on, give me a second.
Yeah, there's so
like that.
Yes. So from all of us, we'll see you next week. Bye guys.
Believe in your own justice.